Welcome to Max's Models. I'm Max. Hey guys, Max here, and I'm guessing if you're watching this channel, there's a good chance you remember the old sitcom McHale's Navy with Ernest Borgnine. Ran from about, I think, 61 to 65, something like that. Anyway, believe it or not, in 65, Revell actually made the McHale's Navy PT boat, and it was the PT-73. Now, before everybody lights up the comment stream, yes, I know it was a Vosper boat. We're going to get into all of that. So, real quick, it appears that they had two boxings, which look identical to me. They came out the same year, but it was only put out for a year because of copyright issues. I guess they didn't have the proper license, or I don't have any of the details on what exactly went wrong, but that makes this a very rare kit. Somebody, I think, commented they paid over $300 for one. And it's just the Revell 1/72 scale Vosper boat, but it was made accurate to the TV show, I believe, and it was modeled after the Vosper boat. Now, if you'll pardon me going full Captain Tangent here for a few minutes, we'll do a quick background on the boats, plural, from McHale's Navy. PT-73. First off, yes, there was a real PT-73 that served up in the Aleutians and went some other places, and I think it was lost in January of 45, I want to say. It actually made its way from the Aleutians down to the Philippines. It was running supplies to guerrillas, hit a reef or something, and grounded. They couldn't unstick it, so they removed all the valuables and torched it to prevent it being captured. So it has nothing to do with the fictitious PT-73. Now, when they decided to make the TV show, apparently there was an episode of an anthology series called, I believe it was 7 Against the Sea, about a PT boat crew stranded on an island, and they get up with the locals and kind of go native, but in the end they have to fight the Japanese. And it had Ernest Borgnine. Gave him the idea for the show. As I understand it, Quentin McHale's character was a local like cargo inter-island captain who knew all the back waterways and the chiefs and all the tribes and all that stuff. So when the war broke out, he got pulled in the Navy. They gave him his rank in a PT boat. I imagine you guys all know how the show goes, but he had his antagonist was Captain Binghamton, and I'm not going to get into the show. My guess is it's common knowledge. If it's not, go watch an episode. It was a cute, innocent show back when you could make a wartime military comedy, and nobody seemed to get offended by it. Anyway, when they wanted to make the show, there really weren't any PT boats available, not any real ones. A lot of people don't realize that after the war, a lot of the PT boats were torched. They were burned. I've seen pictures of it. I've seen over like 50 of them at one time off the Philippines being destroyed because the ones that were still in pretty good shape, some of them were given to foreign countries, but most of them, they were just high-maintenance wooden boats that had been rode hard and put away wet. The Navy had gotten their utility out of them. They were relatively cheap. It wasn't worth the cost of bringing them back to the country. So they were torched. Ones that were just rolling off the slipways in the United States, sometimes because they were brand new, they found a second life. And this was the case with McHale's boat. Now, but Max, you said it was a British Vosper boat, but you said it was made in America. Yes and yes on both counts. The British were helping with Lend-Lease to the Russians, just like we were. And they liked their Vosper boat design. But they couldn't make enough of them, so I want to say 124 plus another 24 of a different length, I think 124 70-footers and like 24 73-footers were made to the British design here in the United States, and they were for Lend-Lease to Russia. The war ends, the boat comes off the slipways, they decide not to deliver it to the Russians, they don't need it. I don't think we needed it. It gets a number, I want to say it was PT-694, and then it gets bought by Howard Hughes, and he uses it as a camera vessel for the Spruce Goose. So when his Hercules flies, you've seen the footage of the PT boat chasing it. That is the boat that would be used in the opening scene of McHale's Navy. Hughes, when he's done with it, it gets sold to the studios. They use it in the movies, and of course, and a lot of eagle-eyed people have pointed out, they knew right away, this isn't a real PT boat, this isn't right, it's got the wrong chart house, the weapons arrangement's all wrong, everything. But they were just looking for a look-alike. And they did do a lot of work to give it a PT boat look. But it was a British, I want to say 70-foot Vosper boat. And sadly, when the studio got rid of it, it went to a private owner, made a fishing boat out of it. And in 92, it got caught in a storm and slipped its mooring and crashed up on the beaches shore of Santa Barbara, California, and was destroyed. Very sad end to a very rare boat. But it had been so highly modified. Anyway, I couldn't find any pictures of the boat after it was used in the show. But there were two other boats that were used. The Vosper boat was the one you see at the beginning doing the open water work. The other two, the ones that they would use when they were in port, and I guess one of them was supposed to be the other boat in the squadron, Lieutenant Carpenter's boat. Those were actually 67-foot. If my information is correct, those were actually 67-foot United States Air Force air-sea rescue boats. And yes, we had PT boat look. The Air Force had its own PT boat looking vehicles, which were similar designs, but made specifically for air-sea rescue. And there are kits of that available as well. So the kit gets made by Revell for 1 year. It's got the tie into the television show. I have no idea how well it sold. It probably did pretty well. Then they have to stop. Well, they still have this new mold of a British Vosper boat. So in 1966, they released the British Vosper boat. And Lindbergh actually made 1957 a kit model of the Air Force rescue boat, and it's been repopped several times. And of course, the Vosper boat was also, which was a motor torpedo boat. Some were also acquired by the Royal Air Force as RAF rescue boats. Of course, the kit of that version of the Vosper boat was made by Airfix as well. That was their 63-foot whaleback Type 2. I might add also that one of the boats, one of the 67-footers, still painted up as PT-73, was used in an episode of Emergency. It was supposed to be what it was, a prop at a movie studio that slipped and fell on a guy. And I faintly remember that episode. As a kid, I remember, hey, that's McHale's boat. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So if you happen to come across one of these things at a decent price, you might want to grab it. They're pretty rare. So on the modeling scene, I did a little work on the Jenny this morning, but mainly I got to work on the B-25. Finished getting all the pieces masked off and all the clear parts. And then masked off the fuselage and built the tail section. And I got to tell you, so far, everything on this airplane, except for the fuselage halves, and that might have been something I did, has fit like a Swiss watch. This tail went together amazingly well. I could just about press fit some of the major components without using any glue. In fact, I did that and just put a little tack glue to make sure they didn't move out of place. I am impressed with the mold quality and everything, the fit quality of this kit. And got the fuselage and the tail. I pre-painted the tail and then did the fuselage and put the tail on it and finished a couple more coats, got it all taken care of. And really happy with the way it's coming together so far. I'm not going to bore you with all the techniques and everything I'm using because it's the same stuff we all do. This time I put a brand new blade in the X-Acto knife, and that made etching everything a whole lot easier. So that's where we're at with that. I do like working on these larger scales when it comes to trimming the canopies and stuff because it's just so much easier when it's big enough you can see what you're doing. I also finished painting my little test pilot for the prototype CH-47 Chinook, or Gunzilla, whichever one. That's the standing pilot from the 1/48 scale Edward F4 Phantom. Of course, I put him in the orange test pilot suit because it's so cool. He's got sunglasses and everything. I am planning a live stream Saturday night, 7 p.m. East Coast time. You guys take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you later. And as always, model on.
Take one.
They were expensive to maintain. Really? I'm talking here. I just gave you fruit.
Sound production, take two.
I have a feeling there's something I wanted to mention and I'm forgetting. I really should write a script for these things.
Okay, that's a wrap.